So right after this part of the intro where Luffy jumps off from this green thingy, we get a look at all of his crewmates from the East Blue and where they showed up. First is Zoro with the marine base at Shell's Town behind him. Then there's Nami with tangerines from what I'm assuming is the one Bellemere grew. Next is Usopp on what looks like the ground from Syrup Village. And finally there's Sanji with the Baratier behind him. Also, good job to the animators for putting in so much detail and hard work in these intros, and the show in general to make it go from like a 9 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. Anyways, on to the episode.
If you want, you can keep the whole thing. It's not my style.
I just thought it would be worth mentioning that we're now getting one of Nami's first big character traits, which is stealing. And don't worry, Nami fans, I'll talk about her a lot more in Arlong Park.
I set out onto the open sea in search of just one man, but then I couldn't get back to my village. By that point, I had no choice but to go after pirate ships to earn a living.
Oh, I see. So you're just lost.
The person Zoro's looking for is Mihawk, and it's nice for them to start building up to his fight in Baratier. Anyways, I also think it's really funny how none of what Zoro accomplished in the show might have never happened if he had any navigational skills at all. So who knows, he might find the One Piece if he was the navigator for the crew. And I just had to mention that every time I think of Zoro's sense of direction, I always think of this scene. Alright, I'm just gonna take a second to appreciate Zoro here because he just got Luffy's hat for him. It's only been one episode since he's joined the crew and he's already being super loyal, so W Zoro. Also, this was such a smooth transition into Luffy's backstory.
Excuse us. So these are what pass for pirates around these parts. Looks rather sad to me.
These Mountain Bandit guys are a great example of characters whose only purpose in the story is to support the main cast. Like, for example, this main Mountain Bandit guy whose name is, whatever, I'll call this, Higame guy, the mountain guy. This mountain guy's only purpose in the story is to develop Luffy and Shanks' character, so he does his job pretty well. But like Helmeppo, it doesn't mean that I like him at all. Also, there's a lot of characters here who are kind of important, but they don't really do enough for me to really talk about them. And those characters are Makino, Lucky Roo, Yasob, and Ben Beckman.
Since you like to clean things so much, maybe you'll find this mess more fulfilling. A place with no sake is a place not worth our time, man.
Shanks letting the mountain guy do this shows how good of a guy he is. As he said, it's not worth fighting over little things like spilling a drink on someone. So it goes to show Shanks' emotional intelligence is kind of overpowered.
Wait, what are you eating? Just ate the gum fruit. Part of a group called the Devil Fruits. Eating any of them takes away your ability to swim for the rest of your life.
No way! It can't!
I ain't gonna lie, Shanks' reaction is kind of valid. By the way he said it, it seemed like he already knew that Luffy's body was gonna turn into rubber. And I'd be pretty mad too if some kid ate the most powerful Devil Fruit ever. Besides that, there isn't much else to analyze, so yeah, just a cool scene.
You apologize! No one messes with Shanks'
I don't think I said anything to offend you directly.
You think wrong!
This is another one of those moments to show Luffy's loyalty to his friends. Sure, he didn't like how Shanks reacted to the mountain guy, but he isn't gonna let anyone mess or hurt his friends. Overall, W scene for expanding on Luffy's character. Zoro's eye catcher is pretty cool, and this is what I imagine his bounty poster would have looked like if he had gotten it right after Arlong Park like Luffy did.
Now that you've drawn your pistol, are you willing to use it?
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm saying that guns aren't for threats, they're for actions.
Like I mentioned last episode, it would have been amazing if Luffy said this line when Helmeppo was threatening Kobe, but that doesn't take away from the scene at all. This is expanding on Shanks' character and his beliefs again, so yeah, that's about it.
Whether I'm sprayed with alcohol or doused with food. Hell, even if I'm spit on, most of the time I'll just laugh it off and forget about it. But if you hurt a friend of mine, you'll pay for it regardless of your reason.
This is the best line we get from Shanks for like, what, the next 500 episodes? And you can see on Luffy's face how he's finally understanding what Shanks meant at the bar. So overall, great scene.
A smoke screen. Luffy? Looks like I made a clean getaway.
Does this make the mountain guy like one of the fastest characters in the entire show? The smoke screen lasted for a few seconds, but he got all the way to the ocean and rode pretty far out before a literal Yonko crew could catch him. So who knows, this guy might be beating up Whitebeard.
You can't cry. You're a man now.
But Shanks, your arm! Your arm!
Shanks losing his arm here adds so much more shock to the scene, which makes what he does in this next clip so perfect. We know that he truly cares for Luffy, and this is really just the icing on the cake that makes his character so great.
I'll leave this hat to you. It means more to me than anything in the world, so you better take good care of it. You hear me?
Do I even have to say anything here? Shanks giving Luffy a straw hat is just so amazing to see, and it's one of those moments that just speaks for itself. Anyways, that's the end of the episode. This episode did almost everything perfectly, with it being really well paced, but the only thing that's lowering it is the ending with Luffy landing at Orange Town. This won't be the only time where the ending of an amazing episode has a little bit of what happens next that honestly kinda lowers the impact slightly. Still, the backstory was amazing, and Shanks carried this episode so much with several great moments that helped build both his and Luffy's character. So I'm gonna have to give this episode a 9 out of 10. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy it. And next episode, a terrifying mysterious power, Captain Buggy the Clown Pirate.